Continuing with my Eastern Conference preview, next the Washington Wizards, and they're an interesting team to me for a lot of the wrong reasons. First and foremost, let me thank or congratulate Scott Brooks for making the move, getting the money, getting paid. You're going to need that money as comfort because this season could be a very daunting one. Let's start first with the extremely failed plan to get back native son Kevin Durant, and they couldn't even get a meeting with him. As a matter of fact, the only Eastern Conference team, or two teams that he faced, were one was in the Southeast, I believe it was Miami, and the other was Boston, and that was pretty much it. That was the list of the teams that he met, and he was like, I don't want anything part of this train wreck, and in large part because their two best players may actually fight this year, or at some point in the near future. Bradley Beal and John Wall had this weird, I don't like him, he doesn't like me, but we're going to somehow figure this out all together. And I'm like, A, why so public? B, why so public? And C, shouldn't somebody do something about this? Like, why on earth are these guys basically seemingly showing jealousy and dislike of one another? It seems to be like a money issue. It seems to be like a status issue. It seems to be, who's the alpha, a role issue. And you don't ever hear that. I understand, teams and teammates don't have to be friends, don't have to like one another. But generally speaking, particularly if you need a lot of things to go right, you need to have some sort of communication between your two best players. And it was like this weird conversation that was, it was interesting, but it was like, something has to be done. Because, they have to bank on one of these two players. It would not surprise me in the near future if one of those two players gets traded. And if Bradley Beal can prove to stay healthy, one of that player is going to be John Wall, because he has a skill that's currently in vogue in the NBA, which is he's a great shooter. John Wall, anytime you do a pick and roll or anything like that, you should probably go under because he can't make a jump shot at all. He's athletic, he distributes the ball, he rebounds, he defends. But man, he's a bricklayer from the outside. And then you still have the fact that they wasted a couple of draft picks when they were bad on Otto Porter, who's a solid role player, but take him number 3. I understand the draft wasn't very strong, but still, was he like the 3rd overall pick? And then they had the Jan Vesely pick, was like 5th, and he's not even in the league. There doesn't seem to be anything there behind those two. Yes, they have one of the Morris twins. Yes, they have Marcin Gortat still, but he's declining. There's just nothing there. There's nothing to get excited about. Even if they do make the playoffs, they're going to get pounded right out of the in the playoffs. They're going to get congratulations, you got participated in the NBA playoffs. Now the exits are here, and here, and in the middle of that, you might actually see the fight that I was talking about between Wall and Beal, which could be fun. Team Trainwreck, Southeast Division, Washington Wizards.